I invoke, decree, and dream awake the full cellular ascension of my being, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, in this now. With the full support of God, Goddess, the Ascended Master realm to include our Ascended Master Self, Father Saint Germain, Sananda, the Holy Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Goddess of Mercy, Archangel Michael, and the legions Ashtar, and the entire command, Babaji, Raphael, Gabriel, clan of the trumpet angels, Aboriginal and tribal shaman, goddesses of fortune, angels of light, Elohim, clan of the serpent, Shiva, all Christ frequencies, all animal totems, elementals of fire, air, water, and earth, all divine beings of light, love, and ascension, named and unnamed, to activate the cells within my being who are your counterparts. With the unified power of the One, I decree my highest good, always operating in this now. I decree grace and mercy, always operating in this now. I invoke, decree, and dream awake the full truth and reality of ascension in this now. I invoke and dream awake with every breath that I breathe the violet fire, transmuting my whole being. I invoke and dream awake the full current of ascension in every cell of my being. I am ascended. I invoke and dream awake expanded God consciousness fully realized in me, as unlimited abundance fulfilling my every need and desire. I invoke and dream awake the ending of procrastination, tiredness, blockages, obstacles, and unhealthy belief systems. I invoke and dream awake my infinite empowerment in every instant that anyone is impacted by my being and creations. I invoke and dream awake my infinite empowerment of my sexual, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, and financial relationship with life. I invoke and dream awake sacred sexuality, erotic innocence, and always express the sacredness of sexual force for pleasure, creativity, and healing. I invoke and dream awake world universal healing from all sexual woundedness and shame. I invoke and dream awake worldwide release of all manipulating forces and beings who would control humanity past, present, and future. I invoke the angels and ascended masters to realign and heal all misused energy, to include the full restructuring of our DNA. I invoke and dream awake the transmutation of all negative and judgmental projections. I invoke and dream awake my constant ability to be centered and balanced in my psychic perceptions and empathic nature. All overwhelming psychic energies are released by me automatically, easily, effortlessly. I am empowered by everything. I invoke and dream awake my lucid dreaming each night I sleep and total remembering when I awake. I invoke and dream awake my infinite harmony with God, Goddess I am. I invoke and dream awake the full expression of my miraculous healing power. My life is a continuous stream of miracles. I invoke and dream awake my infinite ability and willingness to receive all life's blessings. I invoke and dream awake a constant attitude of gratitude for my whole life, all my accomplishments and blessings, including the same for the universe at large. I invoke and dream awake the full blessings of God, Goddess, the ascended masters, angels, guides, and beings of light to bless this earth. I invoke and dream awake all my decrees, invocations, and prayers I have released to the universe and open myself to God's response, support, and love in my highest good. I invoke and dream awake the release of all past, present, and future lifetimes of decrees and vows which would bind me to limitation, lack, density, and anything not of ascension in this now. I invoke and dream awake the full reclaiming of my eternal self as powerful, loving, and fully aligned in abundant God consciousness. I invoke and dream awake the total dissolving of all manipulating forces which would bind this earth plane in fear. I invoke and dream awake the influence of the ascended master realm and angels to intercede and raise the vibrations higher, to bring darkness into the light, raising the frequency of love and God consciousness on planet Earth in this now. I invoke and dream awake the ascension of my soul, your soul, and planet Earth in this now. I invoke and dream awake the release of all past, present, and future lifetimes of decrees and vows which would bind me to limitation, lack, density, and anything not of ascension in this now. I invoke and dream awake the full reclaiming of my eternal self as powerful, loving, and fully aligned in abundant God consciousness. I invoke and dream awake the total dissolving of all manipulating forces which would bind this earth plane in fear. I invoke and dream awake the influence of the Ascended Master Realm and angels to intercede and raise the vibrations higher to bring darkness into the light, raising the frequency of love and God consciousness on planet Earth in this now. I invoke and dream awake the ascension of your soul, my soul, and planet Earth in this now. Welcome to Ascension Live, beloveds. I am Astartes Miraculii. Today's subject, and also Ascension Live, it's happening every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, live streamed on Facebook. I just completed a live stream on YouTube. It happens Ascension Live every Tuesday at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. Immediately following is the Facebook live stream. So be sure and join with me in these experiences of transformation. Today's subject is you are so in love with you. Even when you think you're not in love with you, the greater reality is that you are in love with you. You can't not love yourself. You can, however, allow your attention to be hijacked and trained away from paying attention to the fact that you eternally love you. If any being in the whole of existence is in the resonance of loving themselves, that too is you loving you by extension. You are so in love with you because any being, anywhere, any when, loving self is you loving you. And the only prerequisite that we need for loving ourselves is that we live, move, and have our being. Creator Source, God, Goddess Almighty, loves us all with an infinite love by virtue of one fact, and that fact is that we exist, that we live and move and have our being. The resonance of the love for ourselves and of ourselves is never dependent upon the things that we do achieve or create. God, Goddess Absolute, loves every single one of us with an infinite love and validates us with an infinite validation by virtue of the fact that we exist, that we live, move, and have our being. And it is a matter of enlightened self-interest on the part of God because we are God's own self by microcosmic extension. And God, Goddess Absolute is certainly about the business of the wisdom of loving on God's own self, and that means us. If God is loving on us, then who are we to not love on us? So let me share this meditation. I am that I am, the oneness of love. And it is the resonance of you being so in love with you. As a matter of fact, let's see. I have written so many of these different things about the love frequency under self. I'm wondering, maybe I've got a different one here. Hold on, beloved. Let me just flip through all these writings real quick. I so appreciate your patience. But all of it is about love, whichever one I share. But I think I'm going to just trust the process here, because this is what it is meant to be. Yeah, mama. Yeah, man. That's what it's intended to be, and we're going to have some fun while we do this thing. I mean, it ain't no fun unless fun is in the building. So receive this vibration as if it is spoken from your own heart. And I'm going to say it in the second person relative to you, because I'm affirming this for you, for me, and every one of us. You are that you are, the oneness of love. You realize that love is omniactive, ever expanding, and co-eternal with God. Love is omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. There is no spot where love is not. Love is the sweet spot of the universe, the I and the I am of the storm. Love is the sacred pause, the stillness in slow motion. At the very heart of life's turbulent trials. The eye of the storm is the center place of exquisite calm, and is thus named because it is shaped like an eye. So you will see with the eye of love into the central core, where all beings are uncontaminatable and unassaulted. Your soul, beloved, is the vessel for the journey of love upon the ocean of forever, unveiling the key to the mastery of your being. You are that you are, the oneness of love. Hand in hand and heart in heart with love, you live in the central core, where you are invincible, invisible, and invulnerable from all dis-ease and the difficulties of life. You are that you are the oneness of love. You let love love you, and the floodgates of love flow like waterfalls from heaven through the vessel of your soul. You allow love to have its way with you, and you realize that there is one great ocean of love, and it is not compartmentalized as my love, your love, his love, or her love. You are that you are the oneness of love. There is only one life in which we all share, and only one love through which we all care. Only one being in all that we're seeing. A slumbering giant is what we are freeing. We all drink from and express within this great ocean of love, based upon our evolvement and the mastery of our being. The ocean of life is one infinite being expressed in a multitude of personal ways. Love is like a mountain with no measurement of its high, an ever-rising monument that grows beyond all skies. Love is the great antidote for all the ills of life, a healing ray that's sent from God, dissolving pain and strife. You are that you are the oneness of love. You pre-memorate the ascended future, where love is having its way with all, and everyone surrenders to love, and normal is the great above. You are that you are the oneness of love. Love is a river that you have been carried by, bathed in, and filled with, until ecstasy poured from your heart like a mighty waterfall, blessing everything around you and blessing everyone around you. You are so in love with you. Love is galloping ecstasy with wings that fly away with you. Love takes you by delicious surprise in every breath that the universe breathes through you. Oh, love, how it has touched your soul, bonding eternal as you unfold, for it gave your heart without a doubt something new to throb about. You shower with the wine of compassion and bathe in the holy waters of ecstatic love. The ring of your bond with love is the circle of eternity, which has no ending. You are the microcosm of the celestial marriage of God Goddess, the macrocosm. One love, one life, one being is who you are. Within the temple of heaven's house, you do take love to be your spouse. Within the temple of heaven's house, you do take you to be your spouse. Within the temple of heaven's house, I do take me to be my spouse. I love myself with all my heart, eternal knowing. God impart no more hatred, no more pain, legacy of heaven, mine to claim. Once I really hated me, a self-induced catastrophe. Others began to hate me too. Hate's reflection became my due. When I look in any mirror, each reflection is my own. If I dislike that which I am, rejection by others will be shown. In self-acceptance, let me grow to hereby let all others know. I want them to accept me too. They only follow what I do. I ask myself to marry me, to thus fulfill my destiny. I promise always to be true. Self-love and honor I am due. Sweet self, I'm sorry for the pain. Forgive and love me once again. I want me for eternity, a better lover than to be. Now every bond is sweeter too, for loving me is loving you. Within the temple of heaven's house, I do take me to be my spouse. Relationship created from above, a vessel for the journey of love, sailing upon the human seas, mirrors of self that set us free, our human goal above any other, to reveal one another to each other. When I relate to you, I learn and I see, and yet my greatest learning is always about me. Relationship must be the key to my self-mastery. The past is gone, the future takes too long, time to sing a current song. Only now can take me home, only now can show me how my life, oh heaven, re-endow. Emotional pain from long ago, within my heart rips to and fro. How many others will I blame for the horrors of my pain? Resentment pushed me from the tower. Forgiveness is my get-up power. Forgive the past, trust the present. Make the future sweet and pleasant. It is wise not to despise it. Use the dawn to fertilize it. For life's greatest connoisseur gets the best crops from the best manure. I say the heathen spoil the seed and cause my little heart to bleed. Yet if I had not the need, they couldn't do these awful deeds. If in fact I need the lesson, the pain they cause becomes my blessing. The real truth is they work for me. So what shall be their salary to ensure that it serves me best? I'll pay them the wages of forgiveness. Relationship the vessel. Relationship the star vessel. Relationship is a vessel for the journey of true love. No matter who the bond is with, the journey leads back home above. God is all there really is. This the truth will surely tell. Forgotten oneness with my God, now trapped within an earthly spell. Once upon eternity, there was nothing else but me, and all-pervading godliness with every possibility. Then I split myself in two, to be the me as well as you, and then to be the multitude, but oneness never to exclude. I dance the dance of harmony with every living part of me, then roll me all back into one. The one in all was so much fun. Then part of me felt at a loss, unless it be a separate boss. A bitter war I waged with me, lost in hell, no longer free. I forgot that I was whole and ripped apart my very soul. The life within cannot be lost. Illusion was the only cost. Cease the war, no more attack. Heaven, you must take me back, hand in hand with all of me. Again, I'm ready to be free. Though from my path I once did stray, forgiveness says it's all okay. Now all I be is homeward bound, where only wholeness can be found. Love of all the key to me, a bridge to God where I am free. Everything through oneness shown. Infinite love, now take me home. Everything through oneness shown. Infinite love, now take us home. Sweet love, Janice. Sweet love, my brother Michael. Sweet love to all of you beloveds out there. Let me just touch in here and see if there's something in the chat I'm not seeing here. If you have any questions or comments, please put it in the chat now. I'm ready to engage with you. Sometimes what's in the chat just disappears. That's just the mannish nature of technology sometimes. Meanwhile, while I'm waiting to have a little interaction, I see people waving at me. I'm waving back at you and loving you with the passion of heaven. And you're very welcome, beloved, and infinitely worthy. I'm going to also be bringing in some didgeridoo in a little bit. So I am Astartes Miraculii. This is Ascension Live. The subject being, you are so in love with you. I am available for intuitive astrological readings, sound healing transmissions with didgeridoo and vocal harmonics, practicing and teaching Reiki. Located in Atlanta. You can have an in-person session if you're in this area. However, 80% or more of my business and services done virtually. So no matter where you are in the world, we can definitely do some work. I have a great number of music albums and a couple of books available at my website, astarius.com, astarius.com. So I'm going to bring in the resonance of the didgeridoo now. And then when I come back, if there's something for me to respond to, then I'll be happy to. Now, maybe you're already full up and you don't really have questions, and that's perfectly okay too. Like I see Brother Yusuf Ali Il. I see a picture of you anywhere. I guess you might be out there. There's people going across the screen, I think represents who's on there. My good Brother King from all those years ago. Love you so much. So here, let me just bring in the didgeridoo. Here and put a pause here.
Oh, Sister Ruth White Wolf Bear says, I am so grateful for you, dear brother, and I'm grateful for you as well, beloved. Oh, my kitten Harley is completely entranced by your healing. Well, much love to you, Harley. I recognize you as the feline component of my own self. That's wonderful. You know, I'm so grateful for the presence of mind and heart to live in the exaltation of being despite the resonance of what exists within our world. You know, I really resonate so strongly with all of my blessings in life. That's why I wrote a piece called Letter to My Blessings. It's also a letter to your blessing. I say, dear blessings, one and all, thank you for pouring down like waterfalls from heaven upon me, every being in the whole sweet earth. Thank you, Creator Source, for aligning us with our worthiness that summons all blessings that are, were, or ever will be. Every time is now, every space is here, and every one is me. Dear love, wisdom, and divine power, thank you for awakening within my heart, mind, and the heart mind of all. Thank you, love, for being our eternal go-to and being instantly available to us no matter how long we have turned away from you. Thank you for teaching us that to love all beings is to love the furthest reaches of our own self. Love is eternal and hate will pass away. Thank you, wisdom, for being the awareness within us that we are rising triumphant over every world crisis. We are empowered by everything. Thank you, wisdom, for affirming our redemption and the redemption of all. At the center of our being, we are all innocent, and by mercy and compassion unto heaven, we are sent. Resurrection of ascension and God is found in man and woman, and we all are family members of the great ascended clan. Thank you, divine power within me and all, for being our worldwide affirmation of dissolving fear, disease, and malicious mechanisms of control. Dear divine love, thank you for intimately introducing us to compassion and motivating us to share it with all. Thank you, compassion, for teaching me, for teaching us that we are co-eternal with God, and how to guide darkness back into the family of light. Dear God, Goddess Absolute, thank you for revealing to me that I am a prime creator. Thank you for teaching us that all blessings and reality already exist as formless embryos in the vortex womb of creation, in the vortex womb of our soul. Thank you for teaching us
that in order to bring creation into manifestation, we simply allow ourselves to receive what is already given and to focus our attention upon only that which we truly want. Within our asking and allowing is the blossoming seed of our receiving. All genuine prayers are pre-answered, and all blessings are pre-given. The pre-physical reality, the pre-physical level of reality, is the first level of giving and receiving. Dear infinite blessings, I allow and let there be your eternal downpour upon me and the all that is. I am that I am. I dream awake, and it is done. All is well in the kingdom of this divine reality. I see that something within you, beloved, that is so amazingly exalted in the resonance of your inner divinity. I see that something within you that just absolutely transcends every difficulty. I see that something within you that is absolutely empowered by everything. I see that something within you that milks a miracle out of the chaos of life. I see that something within you that knows it is wise not to despise it. Gonna use that dong to fertilize it, for life's greatest connoisseur gets the best crops from the best manure. I see that something within you that says, hear ye, O seeker, play not a game of chance. Please maintain a lofty attitude to conquer lowly circumstance. Some circumstances seem so bad, though goodness in disguise. It's up to you to see the good or else be victimized. For if a circumstance seems down and you reject it with a frown, that circumstance is then compelled to pull you down in mental hell. But if you keep your mind on high, despite the pain of circumstance, up with your attitude, the circumstance rises, and beyond its pain, you then advance. For bitter circumstance is as a medicine to bring the wellness of a learned lesson, but you must swallow this medicine down to receive the healing and achieve the blessing. For if you spit this medicine out, life gives another dose without a doubt. Then you become victim of circumstance, a tyrant from which you can't advance until you learn to face it with a smile. Drink that bitter cup and go the extra mile so that all things may be enhanced, because your attitude is more important than circumstance.